me. How you doing, bro?
Alright, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'm alright.
So, how long you in there for?
I don't know, a couple more days or so. I'm in a wheelchair for a week and on crutches for 8 weeks or something.
That's well bad, man. So how'd you do it? I do loads of stuff which is risky or dangerous. What about you?
Skateboarding, rollerblading, BMX.
I do horse riding, which I find quite dangerous.
Well, I play football.
In the kitchen, walking across the road. I think everything in life has a bit of a risk.
So I had an accident. You telling me you've never had one?
I did a flip over the front of the bike, knackered my knee.
I broke my wrist in school.
I flipped and actually caught my back on the metal bar on the stair.
And there was a bottle on the side and it smashed and cut my foot.
I mean, you think of all the mad things we get up to, and it happens on your workplace, mate.
Yeah, it's typical. You know what it's like, mate. They ask you to do something. You don't look like a wimp, so you just do it.
So, you heard from Emma yet?
No, I thought she might have called. Well, I think she's on her work placement at the moment.
Yeah, so am I. Look, I better go, mate, or I'll be late. Listen, you take care, yeah?
Right.
Hiya, you right?
Yeah. How's Mark? Is he still going out?
I don't know. He's broken his leg. Oh, and I'm going to Claire's party with Luke.
You doing the placement at the hairdresser's then?
Yeah, I know it's my weekend job as well, but I mean, it seems a good idea if I'm going to be a hairdresser. Yeah. What are you up to?
A restaurant. A friend of Dad's owns it.
I'm waiting here about 10 minutes. Morning.
Morning, Emma. You've got a lot on today, but you know the ropes.
Yeah, I've got some project work I need to do for my placement. I just need to write down what sort of jobs I'll be doing and then anything that could be dangerous.
The only thing dangerous you are likely to come across in this salon is me if you don't get a move on. You can't be doing your homework when we're supposed to be opening. You'll have to do it later. We have a business to run.
But I've got to do it for the placement.
Look, you've been working here long enough, all right? Let's just get a move on.
That's just what I expected. Because I've worked here before, she expects me to know everything. I've never been properly shown. She's always too busy to help me.
Morning, Nadia. Right, we'll get you to the kitchen. We'll hang your coat up on the way. And make sure your hair's tied back, will you? Right, this is our kitchen. You can start by doing some washing up, and then you can clear some tables. The sink is over there. What do you think you're doing, girl?
I'm really sorry. I'll pay for it all. It's just, I've never done anything like this before.
Doesn't matter. At least you didn't hurt yourself. If you see anything spilt on the floor, clear it up. Why didn't you mop it up as soon as you saw it?
I don't know.
Well, you will next time, won't you? Don't wait for someone to tell you. Just get on and do it before someone gets hurt. You need to keep your eyes open all the time. I think it will be a big help if we had a look round so you can see what I'm talking about. The mop is over there. Come and see me when you're cleared up.
Hello, Dan. I'm Des, mate. Good morning.
Des, mate. How you doing? Work experience, isn't it? Take your coat off. Right, so I think first what we'll do is take you around the place, let you know the layout, and then we'll go through a basic safety check so you know where you're going to be working and we can be sure you're going to be safe, yeah? It's not as bad as all that, man. Listen, at the end of the day, you wouldn't want to do yourself in or do anybody else in, would you?
I thought he was going to do some music and stuff.
Yeah, we will, but, you know, it's no use to us if there's an accident, because then we end up short staffed and we can't do the job. Really important. Listen, man, come through. Now, be careful, there's loads of loose cables in here. If you've got any questions, or there's anything you don't understand, just ask, yeah? I'd rather that than I have to phone at your mum and say you've been frazzled. Besides, I don't want to clean your mess up.
I was a bit shocked that they went for all this formal safety stuff. They were so laid back. But once Dan started to show me around, I could see why they did it.
There you go, done the print shop. Ever worked anywhere like this before?
No, I've only delivered papers, mate.
We've all got to start somewhere. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a quick guided tour, show you everything you need to know.
All right.
Come. There's the toilets. This is Pat. She does the wages. Right, tea and coffee area. Just help yourself with tea and coffee. Right, look, here's the first aid kit, but you won't be needing that. I'll tell you what you do need, though. Overalls. Come on. This is Bob. You'll be with him this morning. He runs one of the lifos. Do what he tells you and you'll be fine. Bob, this is Mark. Try and keep the lad busy, will you, and point towards the canteen round about lunchtime. All right, see you later. Right. Well done, Bob.
Hey, Mark, get the pencil from over there, please. Yeah, right there. Thank you. I learned a lot about the place. Toilet, scrub and so on. Nothing about the job I was meant to be doing. Nothing about safety. I didn't realise until afterwards just how much they'd missed out. I still had loads of questions, but I really didn't know who to ask. The managers just disappeared and Bob was busy with the printing. What do you think they should tell you when you arrive?
When I arrived there, they basically told me not to go near the machines.
Where the first aid kit is if I was to cut myself.
Where to walk, where not to walk, that sort of thing.
If there's vehicles or something, to watch out for them. And also where to stand. I didn't know where to stand. I didn't want to be in the way.
I had to wear steel-toe cap boots and overalls and some gloves.
They did introduce me to everyone, so I did feel comfortable there, even from the first minute.
Emma, love, just go and get me some conditioner, will you?
Oh, which one?
Conditioner, for goodness sake.
Where is it?
Oh, it's on the shelf on the right. Just go and get it. Do I have to spell everything out to you? Come on, girl, let me see. That's peroxide, for goodness sake. That's really dangerous. I could have ended up burning all this lady's hair off. Then you'd be for it.
I'm really sorry. Someone's rearranged the store cupboard since last week, and I don't know where anything's kept anymore.
Well, I would have thought it was common sense. And if you don't know, ask for goodness sake. Just go and sweep up over there. When I've finished here, I'll show you how to rearrange the store cupboard.
How you getting on, son?
Yeah, all right, thanks. It's really interesting.
Good.
That machine looks a bit dangerous, does it?
Well, it can be, but Bob knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Bob's wearing some earmuffs. Do I need any of those?
Well, I don't think we've got any, but listen, don't worry about it. You'll get used to it.
Yeah, all right.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you later. I'm sure I should have been wearing some earmuffs because it's seriously loud. They just told me not to worry about it, so I carried on.
Okay, this is the recording floor. This is where the acts actually perform. Now, it can get pretty noisy in here, so you're going to need to wear some of those earplugs.
I have to wear them.
Yeah, man, so many people in the music industry have wrecked their hearing to listening to too much loud music.
Okay.
Don't need to worry about it now. It's just when the acts are playing. It's basically when music gets above a certain level. What else have we got? This piano here is seriously heavy. I wouldn't even attempt to move this myself, yeah.
Nah, it doesn't look that bad. I reckon I can manage this.
Maybe you could. Maybe you'd end up injuring yourself. I mean, even things like this small monitor here can be dodgy. It's not just about brute force, it's about a proper way to lift things. So I think until we've shown you how, let's just say no lifting, all right?
And that's how I spent the morning. I mean, we went around looking at all the potential hazards, so I knew what to be aware of. You know, it's so surprising once you start to look around. There are so many things that you'd never think about, and it's not just the obvious dangers.
I finished the mopping up.
I should have realised it's all new to you, isn't it? There are dangers in a kitchen, and you've got to know what they are and how to deal with them. I did send a letter to your school and your dad about what you'd be doing, which covered safety whilst you're here. You are my responsibility, but I can't watch over you all the time. If you don't want to get hurt, it's down to you as well. Why don't we go down to the kitchen and have a look?
I thought he was a right Billy at first, so I really didn't want to say anything. In the end, he turned out to be quite nice. I wish I would have said something earlier.
So, it's a bit different from being at home. Now, you may be able to use a cooker at home and may be able to use a food processor, but I'm afraid you're not allowed to here. You mustn't go near the cooker or use anything without clearing it with me first. Okay? Very important you understand that. Now, I've been through everything for your school, so why don't you have a look around for yourself anyway? Make a list of any hazards, anything that presents a risk. When you've finished, come and tell me. We can compare notes. You never know, you might find something I've missed out.
Once you get going, it's quite easy. Just look at what you think could be dangerous. Not just to you, but anyone.
So these are the caustic ones. These are the ones you mustn't handle. The conditioners and shampoos are all okay. But believe me, I know it sounds stupid, but I've hurt myself many times. You've got an awful lot more to learn. And to think you've been here all these weeks and you still don't know where everything is. Take something like Lee and that peroxide to make you sit back and think. Well, at least it wasn't too late. Who knows, being bald might have suited her. She's tried every other style. Come on, let's get on with it.
I found loads of hazards. What did you find?
The set of stairs was very steep actually. I fell down them once.
You can burn yourself, you can cut yourself.
There was leaking water sometimes on the floor.
Big heavy files and up in high places.
There was like lots of machinery. In the office, trailing wires, boxes.
It's just many different things that can happen, but you just make sure that you always take the necessary precautions with them.
Being in the warehouse was worse than being with Bob. The trucks flying everywhere. They didn't take any prisoners. They just sped straight at you. You had to keep on your toes. And Dave, well, he was like the living dead. I did that job for you.
Fine. Look, don't interrupt now. I want to finish sport pages. Tell you what. Here's a list of what they want in finishing shop. Off you go.
Well, how do I find them?
Well, it's all there on the list. Product numbers, aisle numbers. It's all you need.
Hey, look, is there any steps handy? It's quite high up.
I'll use a box or something. Steps are broken.
Well, is that okay?
Look, you can see I'm busy. Just get on with it.
Oh, this is amazing. I suppose you've got to be careful with all this electrical equipment.
Well, yeah, to a point. I mean, it's not like the studio where there's leads everywhere that need taping down. It's pretty safe in here. The risks are quite small, mainly because everything's already wired in or tied down.
This wire looks a bit dodgy, innit?
Yeah, right. You see, that's a great example of where cables or wires can be dangerous. It's a hazard we need to fix it immediately.
Yeah?
So, what else have we found out here?
Well, there's these. I didn't think they were in the right way. They're all in the same socket.
You're quite right. I do need to get that sorted out. That's my responsibility. I'll have to do something about that. Anything else?
Well, there's one more thing. It's a bit silly, but it's only a problem for me because I'm new here. Those boxes, the way they're piled up like that, one of them could easily fall on me if I was to leave the cold store in a hurry. But I suppose everyone else knows they're there and watches out.
That's not the point. It is dangerous. It shouldn't be there. And I'll get it moved right now. As I said, you've got to look after yourself. But your safety is still my responsibility. The whole point is, if there's a hazard, anything that can be dangerous, we need to get rid of it, move it, or do whatever's necessary to remove the danger. Let's have a look over here.
Are you all right?
Yeah, just a bit itchy.
I'm not surprised you've come up in a rush. It's caustic. You're supposed to wear disposable gloves.
I didn't know that.
I told you not to touch the chemicals.
Well, I was only clearing up. I didn't think it mattered.
You have to think about everything you do round here, otherwise something like that will happen. Look, just go over there and get some hand cream. It'll stop the itching, and you can write it in your school project.
Ah!
This happened. Lay still, don't move. What have you done?
It's my leg.
Lay still, please, don't move. You youngsters, you're a liability, you're not safe. Quick, I need some help round here. Who's the first aider? Lay still, please. Lay still.
That summed it all up. Even after the accident happened, they didn't know what to do. I know now that everyone should be told what to do if an accident happens and who the first aid people are. I broke my leg and did my foot in. Pretty good going, eh? I'll tell you, it could have been a lot worse.
Anything interesting in that paper? Listen, Dave, you was meant to be in charge of that kid, now look what's happened.
But I wasn't there when it happened. You were meant to have shown him around. It's not my fault. The steps are broken.
He's not supposed to be using steps. I went through all that with the people that organised him to come down here.
Yeah, well, he didn't know that, did he? Yeah. Nor did I.
I'll tell you what, the whole thing's become a complete mess.
There's no good arguing about it afterwards. If you see something dangerous, what would you do?
If it was dangerous to me, I would try and avoid it.
Definitely to always tell someone if there's a problem.
If I see anything that seems out of place, that just to leave it alone.
I think you should just assess the situation, just look at what's around you. And if you see anything that's dangerous, you should try and avoid it, or at least be very careful.
See ya, thanks a lot. See you tomorrow.
And see you bright and early tomorrow.
So, how'd it go yesterday?
Oh yeah, it's going really well with Doreen now. Oh, and I've done a really good report on it for school.
Yeah, same with me. Oh, I hate to think what would have happened if I hadn't talked things through with Mr. Curtis. I did think it was all a bit over the top at first. But just to think, I could have ended up like Mark with a broken leg.
What's the biggest thing you've learned?
Definitely the health and safety features and precautions that you need to take.
Just be aware of your environment and what's around you.
So if there's protective clothing, then use it. If it's there, take it.
It's really important to be safe at work so that you or other people don't get hurt.
So, you and Emma finished?
Yeah, well, I was going to chuck her anyway. I'll be back in action soon, though. I'm thinking of asking out her mate Nadia.
She will look twice at you, mate. She's well classy.
Yeah, take it easy, mate. I don't want you pushing me in front of a bus.
Just cool it, man. I've got eyes on my head. And I've actually crossed the road before.
Well, just check it out first, eh?
Let's take the light.
Safe for you. I saw it.